I remembered. Because Teresa and Dusty want the information, but neither of them can be on right now. So Teresa has a real job, and Dusty is in a million different directions. So I know, Kristin, you're in a hurry, so we'll get to the nitty-gritty right away. Can you, because you have, what, like 32 coaches or something underneath you right now?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And so you recruit like a crazy girl, which is amazing.
I guess I do.
Oh, is that just what people do? So can you give us, I guess, well, let's just start with how you go about recruiting. Like, how do you invite people into the coaching opportunity?
How do I invite people? Well, for a long time, I really didn't have like a plan. I kind of was just like, hey, what's up? You know, like build those relationships like they tell you to do. And then they pretty much were just like, so what are you doing? Like, so you're making enough money to, you know, stay afloat? And I'm like, yeah, you know, like it's hard, but you know, it's a lot of sweat equity because you have to put a lot of effort into anything that you want to start from the ground up. But, you know, I also have a lot of amazing resources and leaders above me that have helped, you know, mold me to figure these things out. And then once I kind of grasped it, I've been able to, you know, add my own little flair to it. You know what I mean? And so they see that as, you know, I don't know if, because a lot of people that I've signed have known me from previous years. So they know that like if I'm doing something like this, that it's legit. So they don't really have like reservations with signing as a discount coach. And then they kind of, I plug them into my team page and they see what I'm doing on my team page. And they're like, okay, can you tell me more about like, what is this that you're really doing? Like, so you're making money, you're running a business. Like, I thought this was just a challenge group. Like, they're kind of confused in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then they kind of see, you know, that I have a team calendar and they see, hey guys, make sure you listen to the National Wake Up Call. And then they're like, what is a National Wake Up Call? And then they start to actually kind of get it and, you know, plug into the fact that like there is a business opportunity with this. So a lot of them have just signed on originally because they couldn't afford to pay full price for their Shakeology, but they know there's value. And then they've just said, oh, you know what? Like, I definitely want to, you know, work off my Shakeology. And then there's also other people who have like canceled and, you know, like said they want to be in my, you know, training academy or whatever. And then they're just inactive and like haven't ordered their Shakeology. So I'm just like, okay, you have a lot of bark, but you have no bite. So I made the training academy to plug in because there's about 10 girls. So I've got like what, like 32 that are discounted.
Something like that.
So I've got 10 that are actually working the business. And that only started because I was just getting so burnt out with like question after question after question after question. I mean, literally all I was doing all day was answering questions for people to help them, you know, sign a challenger or whatever. And I was like, okay, I have to sit down and like put together a training to make this easy. So like the people who really are serious about this are going to go to the training, go through the training, have it laid out in a syllabus form. So it's like, they know what's coming, you know, and,
so you're basically setting up a process by which they have to go through for you to determine who's actually in it.
Serious.
Yeah. So then you figure out what people you're putting your time into.
Exactly. Because like the last few months I, you know, was signing all these discount coaches, and then there was people who were really interested in running the business, but they weren't ready to run it for whatever reason. So they would actually jump on my team calls. And so they were kind of prepped for it, but then they actually started to go, okay, now I want to really start to fly with it. I've already kind of been to a couple team calls. So I basically just went in it like I was a 3-5 star. Like I was like, okay, what would that type of coach be doing? They'd be running a team call. They'd be doing this. So I just put that persona out there, and people just kind of came to me like, okay, she's got her shit together. She obviously knows like what she's doing, even though I'm still kind of like floating out there like, you know,
I actually know what I'm doing.
Well, I've got it dialed in more than I did before, but you know, I'm the type of person that needs to have some sort of structure. And I definitely was like, you know what? I don't feel like I've got structure during my day with all the crazy messages I'm getting. I need to have structure in my life. So to do that, I have to, you know, put up, you know, an opportunity for them to have structure in their life so I can have my sanity back, because I'm only supposed to be doing 80-20. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, you know, I find it really hard to believe that I've even hit over Success Club 10 the last few months, because I haven't been recruiting like I should be every day. Like, I haven't been inviting. I mean, those people are coming to me and going, what do you have? I want what you have. Sign me up. Where do I, you know, put my credit card in?
Right.
It hasn't even been like, let me sit here and build a genuine relationship over 7 or 8 weeks. Like, I'm starting to do that May 1st. Like, because when did I sign up? I signed up like December 14th.
Or something. Yeah.
So I'm looking, you know, I reevaluated last night for May 1st today as, okay, this is my quarterly evaluation. How can I make this next quarter run way smoother for me? And how can I be more efficient? And, you know, I had already plugged in Coach Basics and things like that. So that was really good, you know, and obviously I wanted to start that in April. And I'm going to do that every month, you know, just the same thing every month. But it's just kind of drastic. Like, if I was a brand new coach, what would I want? Well, I would want to go through a 4-week Coach Basics and have everything pretty much handed to me on a silver platter, because that's just going to make their lives easier. Because I realize that I don't have kids and I don't have all these other, you know, commitments right now. Because when I started Beachbody, I was like, I want a career. I'm either going to go back to school or I'm going to, you know, get a job with the degree I already have or whatever. So when I signed on, I was like, I'm going to make this happen. Like, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make it happen, like, to the best of my ability and hit the highest rank as fast as possible. You know what I mean? Like, that was my mentality going into it. Yep. So, you know, I was kind of definitely all over the place when I first started. Like, I think I asked Laura like a 50 million questions. I was like, what does this mean? What does this mean? I don't get this, blah, blah, blah. And I just kind of learned through trial and error. And I was like, you know what? I don't want anyone to ever have to go through that. Like, because I'm just such a scatterbrain that, like, most people just would say, screw it. You know, because people like things that are easy. So I figured, okay, let me just make this easy for them. So basically the recruiting thing happens. I sign them on as a discount coach because it's the best way to go, because they're set up for success. I know they're going to see the value. I know they're going to want to work off their Shakeology even before they realize it. So I push them to, I don't push them, but I basically follow the script where it says, you know, option 1 really doesn't mean sense. Option 2 is the way to go, you know.
With that, Kristin, have you switched over to that verbiage that Raina threw out on that training with her, with calling it the discount membership rather than discount coaching?
No, I haven't actually, because I haven't signed anybody since then. Well, I signed 2 people, but they were people I knew who were like, they weren't really worried about the verbiage. But one of the things on my to-do list here is to reevaluate the script. Yeah. And add in like just small little things, like, you know, the I know how you feel, I felt the same way, this is what I found. Like things like that that are just not in the script. Because there are so many Beachbody coaches and there are so many coaches that are on Thai that I don't want me to message the same person that's messaged them before and we have the exact same script. They're like, wait a second. Like, I've heard that exact same message from somebody previous. You know what I mean? So it's like, you never know if that's happening. So you always have to keep something to your own.
Sure. So, sorry guys. So all she's saying is to take the TIE script and use it as a backbone for what you're talking to people with, right? You still want to revamp it and make it your own. And that feel, felt, found tool is amazing for relatability for people. And it lets them know that you're listening to them and that they're being heard.
Yeah. And then and then I've pretty much, I'm going through every single national wake up call and listening to like all of them from like, I don't know, the beginning of time. Like I just go back on this podcast and I'm like, oh, this is an interesting topic. Let's listen to this one while I lay here and close my eyes because they're burning. You know what I mean? So that's what I've been doing. And from that, like there's one on objections for Success Club, or it was a Summit 2014 or something, and the guys talk about, you know, like how the biggest objections are money and time. And, you know, he talks about how to like go through those objections with things that like you wouldn't think about, because you're so focused on listening to the script and you want them to say yes, but you're not really focusing on like, what do they really need? Yeah. And like little things, like a lot of people associate Shakeology with weight loss, but it's not. It's not just weight loss. And that's what society has pretty much made everybody think, that it's some shake or weight loss or a protein, whatever. No, it's actually a meal replacement, and everybody needs nutrition. So I ask people, do you want, you know, how's your nutrition? You know, basically I ask them that, and everybody's like, well, my nutrition's shit. Because if you think about it, most people's nutrition is really bad. I mean, they don't care. You know, I never really cared in the beginning either. So I go, well, you know, are you looking to get your nutrition on track or to lose weight? Because if it's to lose weight, they're going to think, oh, I can stop taking Shakeology once I hit my goal weight. No, we want people to be lifers on Shakeology. So we have to explain to them that this is not just a weight loss mechanism. It's nutrition for the rest of their life. That's super simple. It takes 2 minutes to, you know, whip it together. And it's the equivalent of like, you know, 5 trips to the salad bar and $41 of fruits and vegetables. It's ridiculous. You know, it's like, you'd be dumb not to take it. So, but you don't say that obviously to them.
Right. So what I'm hearing, Kristin, is that you're, instead of selling them Shakeology, you're offering them a solution to their problem.
A solution, yeah, to their problem. I'm like, basically, I talk to them enough to go, okay, this is what this girl's problem is. She's so fraught with the 3 kids she has and the husband who's not supportive, that she's malnutritioned and she's hasn't done anything for herself. But she's telling me that she just, you know, wants to do like a girls' night out. So I know that she needs, you know, to pamper herself somehow. So I bring up, you know, have you ever thought about doing something for yourself and not just always giving to other people? You have to be selfish. And so I have that type of talk with her, which has nothing to relate to Beachbody. But at the end of the day, her picking a program for herself and getting her life fit and healthy is, you know, doing something for herself at the end of the day. So she sees that value and then goes, oh, cha-ching, maybe I should buy a challenge bag.
Right. So first you're addressing their concerns, their issues, their struggles outside of Beachbody, right? Just using tools and conversation and relatability with them, and then using that conversation and listening to them to steer it back around to how Beachbody fulfills those needs.
Yeah, because I mean, and with that, like I don't hit them with a bunch of facts, because facts, people don't listen to facts. Like people, like, you know, when I go into, you know, Best Buy and I'm looking at all the really cool computers and I'm looking at all the really cool, you know, TVs, I'm looking at the one that's like flashy and looks sexy, and like I'm like, I can totally envision that baby on my wall. I'm not looking at, oh, it's got this much RAM and it's HD, whatever. I'm like, okay, the picture looks clear to me. That looks like really good on my wall. And I buy it on emotion. So I have to figure out what is driving these people emotionally to make a purchase, because I made my purchase on emotion. I was like, I'm sick of the life I'm living. I'm super depressed. I need to fix my acne. Help me, dear Lord. I want what Alora has. So I don't care how much it is. I basically was like, Alora, which one do I pick? You know, I had no idea what I was doing. I asked her about Tai Chi and the X3. I mean, that's the parallels. Like, I had no idea what I was talking about. And she's like, well, I just did this program. And I was like, well, if you did it, I'm going to do it. So click, and I ordered it. It was like $205 out the door. And I took her word for the Shakeology, and I just ordered it. I just didn't
like, and I don't have to drink it if I don't like it, but I can still sell it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what I said, because I was that's what I said exactly. I was like, well, you know, I'm really taking the Peter Fit stuff, because
I think she showed me the picture of her stash, because she had a protein shake like stash going too.
Yeah,
of all the things.
And guess what? That protein crap still sits in the top of the pantry. It hasn't moved. It's still sitting there. And I tasted it, and I was like, this tastes like shit. Oh my God. But I spent like $150. I'm going to drink this, gobble, gobble. And then I just threw that crap up at the top of the pantry, and it's still sitting there.
That's awesome.
whatever. So you have to figure out how to get them to purchase on emotion by sharing some sort of a story that can trigger that, hey, I want to pull my credit card out right now.
I think I
Which
showed
is
you
not
pictures
easy to
of hot
do.
body too. That might have helped.
Well, no, I get a lot of people that are like, well, whatever, like, you're just you've always been athletic. And I'm like, no, check out this picture of my ass. I let that thing go. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, I would love your before picture. If my after picture could be your before, I'm not like, seriously, dude. I'm like, why don't you set your bar a little higher? And I straight up have like a bullshit. I pull the bullshit card on them. And I'm like, really? Why don't you shoot for something higher? Why don't you shoot for like what you've always wanted to look for and not just settle? And then they're like, oh, she kind of lit the fire under my ass. And I'm like, yeah, that's basically what I do as a coach. I'm supposed to motivate you.
Hashtag straight talk with Kristin.
And then they're like, oh, well, let me think about it. You need to talk to my husband. And then that's it. They're good to go.
So do you think, Kristin, having those kinds of conversations, do you think that that confidence that you have in what you're offering to them instills some confidence into what you're selling?
Yeah, because I think there's so many people out there that are so like, we see it all over the Thai page. Oh, this girl's really like, Shakeology costs too much money. Well, the reason why.
Is she bouncing out just for me? Is that for everybody?
I think maybe her battery died. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't hear her either.
Uh-oh. Kristin!
She's not even showing up on her name's gone.
Oh, man. Maybe she'll find another way to plug back in. Rachel, thoughts so far?
Oh, she's dead on. Dead on. And half of it is, for Pete's sakes, Jamie, when I talked to you almost 2 years ago now, I was desperate. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have cared what price tag you would have put on that baby. It was like, give it to me, make it work, fix it. But I had gotten to the point where I was just ready, and not everybody is ready. Yeah. So it's having to be, I think, sometimes being a little bit more aggressive in a kind way, but it's fair to call people out. It's like, nutrition is not something you just get. Nutrition is something you have to work for. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, absolutely.
So I just think it's kind of like a life coach scenario. It's not just do this, do that. It's my time management. It's giving them the confidence in themselves, and it's also being able to help with finances and letting them understand that this is absolutely attainable.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and I think what she was saying too about pushing them for bigger goals, mm-hmm. right? It's the same thing that I do with you guys on the business aspect of things, right? Right. So don't be happy with my before picture. I wasn't happy with my before picture. That's why I changed it.
Yeah. Nolan, come on. Sorry. We're doing laundry in our tenant's apartment. Hey, no. Don't touch. Those are her kids. No, you have your own toys.
But I love those toys, Mom.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of my takeaway, Jamie. And I really think that she has got quite a following with the fact that she's walked the walk and talked the talk. Mm-hmm. Where she's got those ebooks to back her up.
I'm here.
Hi, Kristin.
Oh, there she is.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I was like, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, why are they talking? Oh, they can't hear me.
Why are they talking over me?
I'm like, what's going on? I'm sorry. My computer's like, sorry, I'm taking a nap. You won't take a nap. I'm going to take a nap. That's what just happened.
You might not rest, but I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Yeah. My poor computer's like, shoot me. It's like so hot right now. It's like steaming up. Poor computer.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't know what I was saying.
Tough love. confidence.
Oh, yeah, you have to have confidence. Okay, so there's so many people who don't have confidence about the products, and I think it's because they haven't really genuinely believed in them enough themselves, because maybe they just started to try to sell it super quick before they even had their transformation or even saw what Shakeology's actually done for them. And I think that people can innately feel that, even through the computer chat. They can feel that, they can sense that, and that's where people are getting price objectives. If you're excited about recruiting, you're excited, like, I've got this freaking special stuff. Like, no, I don't know what you're talking about, and whatever. I don't know what you're talking about with isogenics or all these other things, okay? Because I hear them all the time, but I've never seen the labels. I've never seen the logos. I don't know anything about those products. All I know is that what I have works, and it's made me feel amazing. So I don't know about that, but let me tell you about my story with this. And then they just forget about that other thing, and they're like, oh, a story. And I mean, it's easier.
That's so key, though, too, Kristin. That's so key.
Because people fight back and forth with, like, well, there's so many prebiotics and this, and I'm like, okay, but can you seriously, if you sign on with Beachbody, you're going to get all 4 things. You're going to get fitness, nutrition, support, you know, all the whole bit, the whole shebang. Or do you get that with that company? Probably not.
Yep. But too, I think the part super key, the part where you said, I don't know about this. Let me tell you about my story with Shakeology, or with this program, or with this company.
Exactly.
Let
or
me
somebody
tell
I
you
know.
my story, my experience, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people need to get into the back office and read some of the stories, the success stories, because they're sitting there going, oh my gosh, I don't have a story about diabetes, or I can't relate to a story about Crohn's disease or whatever, but I bet you there's a story in the back office about it that you could pull out of your little mental, you know, file in your head and go, oh, well, you know what? Actually, was a client who was through Beachbody. You know, they don't know that it's not your client. They just need some sort of a testimonial, because testimonials and things like that sell. Like, if you're looking for a movie or a book and the book has like 50 bad reviews, you're probably going to pick a different personal development book over that one, and maybe go back to that one later, but it's going to be lower on your list. So it's like, the more testimonials and the more little stories you can have in your little story library, like, you know, download in your brain or whatever. I know I always use this dumb computer things, but it's so true. Like,
but it's like your tool belt, right? Like your coach tool belt.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, that's, you know, if somebody has something to say to me, it's really hard to stump me unless I'm just like so tired and I'm like, okay, have a good night.
You're right. It's too expensive. You're right. I'm going to go to bed now.
Yeah, like, okay. Oh, you know what? Can we talk about that tomorrow?
Yes.
You know, or I'll be right back or something, like, because I'm just exhausted, you know, and then I'll pick up the conversation the next day. But, like, there's this one girl, she was just not getting it. And then I was like, will you just please, just order it. It's the bottom of the bag, like, guarantee, like, just try it, dude. You've tried every other shake. You're telling me you've tried every other shake out there on the market. Your husband's telling you he doesn't want you to join because you've had all these bad experiences. You know, why don't you just give this baby a shot? You know, 50 times is you know, a charm for you, because you ordered everything under the sun. You know, I'm telling you, your husband is going to be happy. And she comes back and she's like, oh my God, I lost 15 pounds. I didn't even work out. I'm not even drinking water. You know, I'm just doing what I'm doing. And I'm like, well, you should be drinking water, girl. And why aren't you doing your workouts? You know, you'd be getting a lot better results if you applied everything I'm telling you about. But she's kind of like all over the place, but she gets it now, because the scale, even though the scale shouldn't be a good indication of, you know, how we're feeling and how we're progressing, it is for her. That number speaks to her, and now she's a believer. So
awesome. So awesome. Kristin, how many people do you talk to a day on average, would you say? Or in a week?
In a week, probably 20.
Yeah, new conversations.
Yeah, but that's me on the low end. Like, that's me with multitasking everything that's going on at home, and doing this whole Coach Basics and spending more time on the 80-20 than I really should on the 20 side. So, you know, I told myself, okay, May is all about Kristin and recruiting and finding my target market coaches that I want, that aren't going to turn around and cancel on me, because for whatever reason. And so this second quarter that I'm going into, I'm really strategizing on how to build a more solid foundation than I have. And if it takes me longer to get to 1 star, then so be it. But I know that I will never lose my diamond rank because I'm always going to be adding people into that pot. And I've held it for about 10 weeks now. So, you know.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere. I refuse to let somebody take me down. Like, Laura and I were like, oh my God, my account's inactive. So I just purchased like, you know, 180 worth of PV.
How is I don't even know how your account is inactive because
Well, it says it's projected to be because I had someone return a challenge pack, which was 180 PV. So it was like.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter.
All I know is that I've talked to 3 people on coach relations, and they all told me, hey, you have to order at least 115 PV by Wednesday at midnight Eastern time, or you're going to go inactive. And I was like, what? I was like, I just ordered 100 PV. I just ordered my Shakeology, and then I just ordered my whatever. I just ordered this like recovery stuff for 25. So I should be at 115. And the guy's like, no, you're still going to be at negative something. I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, I'm serious. And I'm like, okay, so how much do I need to spend today? Can you tell me that? Can you tell me that worst case scenario? And he's like, you have to spend 76 PV. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to double that. Thanks. Have a good day. And I just ordered like 180 PV between my account and my spouse's account. And I'm like, whatever.
If anybody needs samples or programs, go see Kristin.
Yeah. Well, what I did was I switched my Shakeology order. It usually ships on the 14th to the 1st, so that's 90 PV. So I'm just gonna have like massive Shakeology, and then I ordered some Derma kit because I was like, I can't order a challenge pack. All these programs are Beachbody on demand. Whatever, you know, why give them a prize when they can just have Beachbody on demand anyways? Like, this is dumb. I'm gonna just order a bunch of face stuff and just try it out.
There you go.
I thought about
like the biggest kit. It was like a 7-piece kit, and I'm just like, bring it on, baby. Let's like, do some like lip plumping today. I don't even care. You know what I mean? It's like 5:30 in the morning, and I was like, oh, it's the wrinkle filler. That looks nice. Let's
get that. Double me up on the fill and freeze.
And especially with my like face looking so tired, I was like, bring it on, baby. That's exactly what I need. So that kit, that's what I ordered.
I love you, Kristin.
And if he seriously, if he comes back and he's like, you're negative, I'm gonna be like, dude, your machine's broken. Why don't you restart your computer? Because I've ordered so much I've ordered product for like a 15-star diamond, giving samples out. Like, come on now. Did you see what my spouse got ordered?
Right? Oh, that's awesome. That's so funny.
There's so much crap in my house. Like, it's not bad, but I just am like, let's have a Shakeology party. but there's a prime example. Nobody's taking my diamond rank away from me. I don't care what happens. I'll go down swinging. Like,
I may or may not have ordered Shakeology under my daughter's name last night to hit Success Club 5. It may have happened. It may not have, but it may have happened. I'm just gonna
I was like, I wonder if I have an email address that I can order a challenge pack under. And I was like, you know what? That could mess everything up. I'm just going to just order something outright under my spouse account so I get the 25% off and the commission.
Yep.
And I was just like, my list had face cream and moisturizer that I had to purchase. So I was like, you know what? Now, 2 birds, 1 stone. Who cares?
Done
like,
and done. Nice.
So,
awesome. Kristin, if you had to give one piece of advice to somebody pushing for diamond?
It would be personal development. Like, hands down, even more than your workout, even more than inviting. Like, if you don't start your day off positive, you're not going to speak to your invites positively. You're not going to have anything genuinely to say to them. And I definitely recommend not flattering people, but telling them how you appreciate them, because the number one thing people strive for in life is to be appreciated for something. So if you can show them how you appreciate them versus just giving them like, oh my God, your hair looks amazing. Like, that is so much more surface level than really thinking about how you appreciate them. that's going to speak to them. Like, it's going to be a bigger compliment at the end of the day. So since I've done that, and I mean, I genuinely mean these things because I'm talking to people who I really want to be on my team, who I want to build a business with. So I'm just not speaking to anybody that will message me back. Like, I have a list, and it's my interest list. In my perfect world, I'd have these people. And, you know, I think I read somewhere that it takes like someone has to say no 7 times before they turn around and say, God, yes.
Yeah, they have to see the information 7 times before they're willing to purchase.
Yeah. So, I mean, stay consistent. You know, it's not a no, it's just a not right now. That's so true from like every like webinar and everything that I've like listened to or read. And, you know, I've had people that come out of the woodworks that I talked to like in December when I was like, I'm a big party coach, that are now like, hey, oh my gosh, I can't believe how fast you like went up that ladder or whatever. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but like your body looks great. You're doing things, you know, every day. That's why I do that yoga thing. I mean, that right there is consistency. I have got to post a day, 1, 2, 3, blah, 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 all month. So that keeps me consistent. And, you know, I even had some lady today go, oh, you know, do you need a job? And I'm like, no, I'm a boss babe. I don't want to work for anybody ever again. Thanks, but no thanks. When I needed a job and you didn't want to hire me, I
take matters into my own hands.
Little too late right now. So I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
But I don't want to work for anybody ever again.
Amen to that, sister. Mm-hmm. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Cool. Kristin, thank you so much for coming on and being you.
You're welcome.
Because we love your face.
I know. My face is MIA right now. But
I love it. Still love your face.
But I'm going to just like lay down, listen to a personal development book, and like just close my eyelids because they're burning. And then I'll be back.
Cucumbers. Put cucumbers on your eyes.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
So nice and refreshing.
If you've been crying, you can put preparation H on your eyelids, and it helps like a charm. And I'm like, what? No, this is gross. And then I was like, you know what?
Put the butt cream on your eyeballs.
My eyes were swollen shut, and I was like, oh, I can't see anything. Like, so I did it, and it worked. And I was like, okay, I just won't tell anybody. But I just, you know, we recorded that, so whatever. I don't even care.
Jamie's going to make sure it gets posted in the TIE page because there's some really important information on this call.
Yeah, and I'm adding value.
So much value. So much value.
Cream.
So much value. Value for your eyelids.
It works. Kristin, I've totally done it because I'm not a pretty crier. Like, seriously,
dude,
I swell up and I'm a mess.
I'm the worst crier ever. I'm like, and I like can't talk, and there's snot coming out of my nose.
Oh, yeah.
It's really bad. But then I feel like, oh, I just got a face workout after that.
Right?
No Botox required.
No Botox required.
Well, I don't know, but this stuff I just ordered gives Botox a run for its money. That's what it says. I'm like, oh, bring it on, baby.
Well, Minnie Driver used to be the spokesperson for Derm.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to Google
pretty
Minnie
freaking
Driver
fabulous.
I don't even know who that is. I should know.
I love her.
Kristin, dude.
I know I'm a film major.
I can't believe you do not know who Minnie Driver is.
Oh, I know who she is, but I did not do well in film history. All history was bad for me.
She's not that old.
You asked me about the different wars, and I'm like, oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
All right, which one? Well, I got to watch a movie, The Patriot. Let's go back to those. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I value, you know, I'm like, okay. But whatever. It's all about telling a story. I don't remember the facts of the wars, okay? But I remember The Patriot. I remember
that other one.
Other stuff. I remember stuff.
What's that? Inglourious Bastards? Wasn't that one about war? It was like a spoof, but it was still about war, I think. I don't know. I had Brad Pitt in it.
See, there you know stuff.
Oh my God! All I have to say is I hate Shonda Rhimes.
Oh my God!
I don't ever want to talk to her again. I'm mad at her. And then I Googled Patrick Dempsey, and he's going through a divorce. So I'm like, oh, you kill him off the show, but you're telling me I got a chance? Like, that's how I took it.
Sweet. Isn't he going back into race car driving?
He's from
Yeah, so he's
Hartsville.
probably going to, well, we won't say it. Let's hope nothing happens to him. That would be really bad.
Oh.
Because that would just be like a wreckage of gorgeousness. But do you know who he's married to first?
No.
You should Google Patrick Dempsey. His first wife was like 22 or 23 years his senior. And she died 2 years ago. I think that's how he got into the TV biz or whatever.
That's insane.
Yeah, no, you should Google like his first marriage, and it ended really badly, I guess. I don't know. He likes older women, like way, way older women. Like I was like, what? No, you're not dating her. And then I like did a Google image, and I was like, no, it's so true.
Too funny. Yeah, I'm not impressed with that whole situation.
He's
Are you kidding me?
Where is he from, Allura?
from Maine. His mom lives in Harpswell.
Oh, Patrick Dempsey?
Yes, Kristin. He's from Maine.
Oh my God,
His mom lives in Harpswell in the South Harpswell, and my girlfriend used to work at the UPS store, and his mom would ship him like his clothes and underwear and stuff when he left for vacations. Like Christmas. He's like, guess what I had to fold up today? His boxers.
Oh man. Oh, that's good. No, I was not impressed. I'm not impressed. I was like, really? Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? I was like, I hate you, Shonda Rhimes. I boycott you. And she's getting some massive hate mail.
Oh yeah.
Bad.
Dude, it's
And
like a Red Sox versus Yankees. Like, it's like that bad. It's like on the level of that. Like, when you make Grey's Anatomy angry fans, oh, watch out.
Bad. All bad.
But this is going to cut us off, so I just totally destroyed your call.
You're totally good, honey. You're totally good.
Oh my God.
What?
Seriously. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, I told you.
What the French
Shut
toast?
up.
Rocky is her name.
No.
I'm not joking.
Yeah,
I love
Rocky
Patrick
Parker.
Dempsey.
So bad.
This is so good.
Wow.
That's like his mom.
Video
Yeah.
on.
Now you know. And now you know.
Well, we should do this. We should do this again.
We should do this again. Hey, I do team calls every Wednesday at 9. My time.
Wednesday at 9 Eastern.
Yep.
So it's 6 p.m. Okay, I'll write it down.
You're
No,
welcome
it'd be-
to jump on.
Yeah, it'd be 6 p.m. for you. Sorry, Kristin. I
Yeah.
was like correcting you.
Yeah, 6 p.m. my time. Okay, cool. That's right after my team call, so that works perfect.
Oh, sweet. All right. I love your faces, all of you. And
Bye, guys.
May an epic month. Thank you so much, Kristin, for coming on and sharing.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for
You
having me.
are a rock star.